Hi everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to give you a jump board cardio exercise video today on the Reformer. So if you like doing cardio sculpt classes where you slow down, you do the Reformer exercises nice and slow, controlled, precise movement, and then you do the jump cardio sequences where you jump and you do different things. This class is for you, so I hope you'll join me, get your cardio going, burn some calories, and just feel good, and just get your heart rate up a little bit and work out. All right, so let's begin. Starting off with footwork to warm up, and we'll progress from there. Just warm you up slowly, take you through a good workout, and then cool you down. All right, let's begin. Put on 3 springs. They could be 3 reds or 2 reds and a blue. You could even do 2 reds and a green, a heavier one. Just 3 springs is fine. Don't have to overload it. And I'm going to start you off with lying on your back. Your headrest could be up or down. We're just going to come all the way down. Let me make sure I locked my board in. Yes, okay, I did. Just making sure. It's always good to be safe. So you're going to stretch your arms down by your sides and just breathe in. Your legs are hip width apart, your core is engaged, and then you're just going to come in and press out. Feel front of thighs lift off knees. Inhale, exhale, return. I want you to feel core really drawing deep into your spine. And 5, 4, 3 more. 2. Notice how I'm controlling. I'm not locking those knees, hyperextending them or anything. Last one. Now go all the way out. Lift your heels up. Lower the heels. Lift and down. Up and down. Just roll through the bottoms of your feet. We always land toe, ball, heel. We never land on the heels. There's no shock absorption in our heels. So it's always going to be toe, ball, heel. 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Excellent. Draw heels into a V, and then we press it out. We come back in. Zip our thighs together. Exhale. Zip thighs together. Exhale. Exhale. Really scoop core deeply into your spine. And 6, 5. Turn out position. First position. 4. And ballet. 3. Those inner thighs draw together. 2 more. Warm it up. And last one. Awesome. Now go wide. Heels on. Just a wider stance. Really feel the abdominals scooping into the length of your spine. We inhale. Resist with backs of thighs and glutes. Exhale. Come back home. It's gonna be freezing here tonight. I'm in Florida. I'm not used to this cold. It could go down to freezing temperatures literally in Florida. And it's super humid here, so when it gets cold, it's like bitter cold. It goes into your bones. And 5, 4. Well, I bet Canada's way colder because it goes -0. 4 and 3. Resist, resist. 2 more. And last one. Awesome. Take your heels to the middle of your jump board. You can either go arches, make sure your feet are secure, hip width apart. Check, make sure the headrest is all the way in the down position so you don't hurt your neck vertebra. And then I'm going to ask you to roll your spine up. So we're going to do posterior pelvic tilt, curl up vertebra by vertebra, roll up to middle back, shoulder blade shelf, and peel down. Just roll your spine section by section. So we're gonna scoop in. We never force our back down. You're scooping, hollowing, zipping into the length of your spine. As you roll up bone by bone, the chest is open. You soften your breastbone. Roll down, bone by bone. Rolling down, there we go. A few more of these, peeling up. Breathing in, inhale, Exhale, just warming up the spine and your core. A little wobbly. I'm going to slow down, work on these wobbly sensations. Just really zero into the center. Let's do one more articulating bridge. Heel up, vertebra by vertebra. Breathe in, chest open. Slow with control. All the way. Excellent. Press legs long. Now we're going to walk it out. One heel up, one heel down. Walk it up. Toe ball heel. Warm up the fascia on the bottoms of your feet. Toe ball heel, toe ball heel. Five, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Come on home. All right, we're all the way in. Now I'm just going to do one more set of bridging where we bridge. Really stretch, elongate, tailbone away, no weight in neck. Headrest is still in the down position. And you're just going to push out with control. Really feel those ribs knit down together. Chest is open. 8. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more, 3 more, resist, squeeze those glutes, scoop in, 2 more, and last one. And just bring hips down, awesome. And then just reach under the knees, and then slowly resist, relax your back. Rocking side to side. Gently let those muscles release after your bridge. 5 hip openers in one direction. Your core draws in, keeping your back close to the mat. 3, 2 more. Reverse your direction. And 5, and 4. Use core, and 3. Excellent. 2 more. And then last one. Awesome. Now see if you can slide down a little bit. Extend the legs over your jump board. And then I want you to scoop into your center. And then roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. And then we're just going to do 1 red, 1 blue spring. 1 red, 1 blue. And then I want you to roll down. Maybe even work your core a little bit here. So I want you to just peel back a little bit. Elevate up. Peel back a little bit, scoop it, elevate up. 3 more. Inhale, lift your heart. 2 more, peel back, elevate up. And 1 more time, use your core. Now we're going to come all the way down. Roll, roll, roll. And then we're down, okay. You want to drop your shoulders really down and back so they're under the shoulder rest so they don't feel smashed into them or anything. And you're just going to walk your feet onto your board and then just test your spring. We're going to do jumps with our feet parallel to start. I'm just making sure my shirt's underneath me. I hate when my skin touches the mat because it makes like a sucking noise. It's really weird and it just is uncomfortable. So I just want my clothing to be touching me, okay? We're going to start with these little jumps. And you just want to feel like the front of your thighs lift off the knees. Land toe ball heel. We never force our heel down. If it doesn't come all the way down, you land gently and just let it be. You're not going to force it, but always land on balls of feet. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. 2 more sets. 10. Tighten core. Exhale. 9, 8, 7, and 6, 5, and 4. Keep using your core. 3 more. 2 more. We have 1 more set of 10. 10, 9, 8, more, 4 more, and 3, 2 more, last one. Excellent. All right, now once you land, I want you to just place balls of feet at the top of your jump board. Lift the heels, lower them. Stretch, lift heels, lower down. 3 more, 2 more. Good, just lift and lower the heels. Last one, excellent. Catch your breath because we're gonna go into our turned out position. So our heels come together. Inner thighs wrap into outer hips under the glutes, and then just press. Your heels will come apart when you jump, it's okay. You could try to keep them together, but feels comfortable also to just let them come a little further out and then come back in. Inhale, exhale, 7, 6. Core is deepening to your spine. 2 more sets, 10. Keep back close and neutral. We always jump in neutral spine. We don't imprint when we jump because we need our natural spinal curves to absorb the jump. Exhale. We have 1 more set, 10, 9, 8. It'll be a little easier now to bring those heels and hold them together. 7 and 6, 5, 4. Use your core. 3 and 2. Last one. Awesome. Come in, do a little windshield wiper. Reach, grab your straps. You can have your headrest up if you like it up to give neck some support. And if you ever have any low back issues from time to time, it probably is good to have your headrest up just to let your spine have its natural curves. There's a lordotic curve at the neck, a thoracic curve, middle back, thoracic spine. And then we have a low back has a lordotic curve as well. So we just have those curves, but in different degrees depending on the person. So it helps you to absorb shock having those curves. All right, we're gonna take our straps and then make sure that you avoid letting your hands go higher than the shoulder rest because you don't want it to go into the wrong area. We wanna keep it under the armpits, across the middle back, where we're working those postural muscles and not the superficial muscles up here. We don't want the shoulders rounding up and curling forward. So I want you to float your knees into tabletop, squeeze your thighs together, and then reach the arms down by your sides, and then lift the arms, and then just reach them down, and then lift. We'll add on to this, neutral spine, 8, use core, ribs wrap, 7, and 6, 5, use your core, 4, 3, 2 more. On the next one, your arms stay down. Now extend the legs, bring knees in, lift the arms. Reach, keep threading abdominal wall into your back. Good. Reach and lengthen. Keep scooping into your center. And 5, and 4, 3 more, 2 more. So I'm doing a variation, not actually doing coordination, just kind of like a little variation. And last one. Now we're gonna go 5 to the side, chest is open, use your core, 4 more. Keep opening across those collarbones, 3, 2 more. Good, last one. Adding on, single leg reach, tighten the core in. Making sure you don't arch your back, 8, 7. Keep scooping those core muscles, 6, and 5, You'll feel your body warming up because you're in your core. And 3. 2 more. Try to keep fingertips long so you feel it under both armpits. Last set. And let's hang up our straps. Wonderful. All right, our next jump, we're gonna start with our feet parallel, and they're gonna land wider on the board. Careful you don't miss the board. Feet together, land with feet apart. Feet together, land with feet apart. Ready? Feet apart, together. And you land toe ball heel. Together, and then apart. Come back and apart. Feel those deep abdominals drawing inward. Toe ball heel. There's one set of 10. Let's do one more. 10. 9. Toe ball heel. And 8. 7. Keep using deep abdominals. 6. And 5. 4. And 3. 2. And come in. Wonderful. Cool. And just give your legs a little shake out. Circle those ankles. 5, 4, 3, 2. Reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2. Slide a little bit away from your shoulder rests. And you're gonna reach inside knee, outside ankle. If you did have osteoporosis or neck, low back issues, do it with head, neck, shoulders down. Scoop in, lift from the core, send one leg across, come back, send the other leg across. Hold inside knee, outside ankle. Single leg reach, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we did this before with our arms doing horizontal shoulder abduction. 4 and 3 and 2. Use your core. And last set. Awesome. Now we're going to come in, place our feet on outside edges of board, and then we're just going to go in and back to the sides, externally rotated in, back to the sides. 8, we'll do 2 sets of these. And 7, chest is open. And 6. Ten more. 9 and 8. 7 and 6. 5. Last 3 and 2. And last one, come on home. Wonderful. And then I'll have you just extend from knee to ankle. 7 and 6, 5, 4. Get this behind here stretched. Feel the front of the thigh behind the knee. And switch sides. 8, stretch. Just get that hamstring behind the knee, that gluteus to stretch. And 5, and 4, 3 more, and 2. Last one. Gently scoop in, rock and roll up. Do a spring change. Go down to one spring. Let's do a single red. And then I'm gonna have you flip onto your side. And then you could either use a yoga block like this and place your head on the yoga block as you're lying down. You could have headrest down, or you could take your arm and bring your arm across the headrest. I like it like this. And then you stack your knees, your ankles, and you have length between bottom ribs and the mat. Your chest is open. Keep the bottom knee bent. Your center of your knee joint tracks over the second toe. Avoid jumping and landing with your kneecap pointing down. You don't want to have a medial meniscus injury. So you just keep that knee alignment, knee over second toe, and just press out. You're on a single red spring. See how this feels. Scoop in. When you're ready, you're going to jump toe ball heel. And then just squeeze your glute back here. The front of your thigh actively engages, lifting off the knee. This will strengthen your knee. If you have knee issues and you feel like your quads are weak, this is so good. And we're going to get your side hip and glute here too, and your glute max too. 8. We'll do 3 sets of 10. 7 and 6. 5 and 4. 3. Second set, 10. You'll start to feel quad burning. It's okay if the quad burns. You could rest anytime. Just make sure there's no pain under the kneecap, because that wouldn't be good. You'd want to stop then. And you could try a lighter spring. Sometimes if your spring load's too heavy, maybe jumping on your side, maybe you need a blue spring, a light one, so it doesn't go into the joint. We have one more set. 10, 9, and 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4 more, 3 more, and 2. Last one. Excellent. So I'm going to have you just let your leg come over for a sec. Release your hip and glute. Excellent. And we're going to just really slowly push ourselves up to a seated position. And then we're just going to crisscross our ankles. Come close to your shoulder rest side. And then as you're seated here, equal weight on each one of your sits bones. Take your hand closest to your strap, thread it through right across the palm, thumbs out. Take the other hand, just bring it right in front. You're going to twist around your breastbone. So your nose can stay right in line over your sternum. Breathing in, exhale. So do an oblique twist. Rotation happens from middle back, thoracic spine. And 6, and then 5, and 4, 3 more, 2 more, and last one. And then from here, I'm going to have you take this arm, shoulder blade down your back. If anything ever felt tight or heavy in your shoulder joint, go down to the blue spring from the red. And we're just going to open up the side a little bit. 7, breathe in, shoulders are down and back. And 6, little side lateral flexion with an overhead press. 5, and then 4, sits bones stay equally down on mat. 3, 2 more, exhale, and last one. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna just face front for a moment, crisscross the opposite knee over, opposite ankle. And now on this one, what I want you to do, you're just gonna bring both hands in front, elevate, and then gently just twist. Inhale, and then exhale, twist. Keep hip bones straight in front of you. And 7, Rise up, scoop in tight, and 6, and then 5, and 4, and 3, 2 more, and last one. Slowly return. We're gonna hang up that strap, and we're gonna come all the way back down. You can have your head on the yoga block or a ball, or just fold arm and use your arm as a pillow. Okay, so we did one set parallel. Take this leg, your hip bones are straight, turn out position. So now your femur bone, this thigh bone, it twists externally into the hip socket. Feel inner thigh wrap into side glute. And then just do a test. How's your knee? Do you have the right amount of turnout so you don't overturn? And you want to just think of lengthening and lifting. We'll do 3 sets of 10. 9. Core scoops and zips up. 8. And then 7. And 6. And 5. 4 more. And 3. 2 more sets. Toe ball heel. We have 1 more set. 10, 9, 8. Feel abdominals scooping into your spine. 7 and 6, 5. Awesome. 4 more. And 3, 2 more. And last one. Come in and rest. Next set, we're going to do 2 sets of straight hip abduction jumps where your leg lifts, your leg lowers down. Make sure the kneecap doesn't point down, it points straight ahead over that second toe for tracking. Catch your breath for a second. We're going to do 2 sets of leg lifts. It looks like this. Land, toe ball, heel. All right, you're ready. Squeeze side of hip, hip abduction. 10, 9, your core tightens in. 8, 'Tighten into your center. 1 more set of 10, 9, and 8, 7. If you're more comfortable, your jump might look like that. Just do a little jump. You can control. It's your workout. 6 more. 5, 4, and 3. 2 more. And last one. Wonderful. Land your carriage. Catch your breath. Maybe extend leg down. Release your hip and your glute. And we're going to do a spring change. We're going to get into our shoulder, draw the sword, and we're going to flip over and do those 3 jumps facing the other way. So I'm not going to make anything too complicated. Pretty straightforward and simple. I'm not going to really choreograph a routine or anything, just getting you started. So we're going to go to a blue spring, crisscross, come close to your shoulder block. The opposite hand reaches in front, and then you're going to have thumb up. If you see your wrist buckling, you might start pinky finger and then rotate to thumb up, or you might just hold and then go straight up like that. Your thumb faces up. If for some reason the light spring is too much on your shoulder, it might have to do with something going on in your shoulder. So maybe you would just do something. Actually, you could modify just by having your elbow go straight up, thumb up. So you're making a parallel line, shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist, like that. Modified. There's modified. Press head to sky, sit super tall, and use your core. Work those obliques. Shoulder blades just keep anchoring down your back. And then 6, I'm gonna put my thumb through the hook. I like putting my thumb inside of it. And 5, control back. 4, your collarbones are wide. 3, 2 more. And last one, wonderful. So we're gonna hang up our strap. We're gonna come onto all fours, and we're gonna go like this. If you need to put a pad under your knees, you can, or you could take a rolled up yoga mat. If you need a little extra support under the knees, place a little rolled up towel or yoga mat under your knees or a pillow. I'm gonna have you do something for your triceps on this one side before we switch. So you're gonna hold elbow to ribs, and then from that wrist, the elbow to the wrist is what works. Make sure shoulders up, down, back, away from ear, and then you just control tricep kick back. If this hurts your wrist, bring palm down and spread fingers wide. If it hurts your wrist to be up here, it's harder to balance when you're up there. You choose. And 6, tighten core all the way to back. 5, 4 more. 3 more. 2, and then last one. Good job. Now what I want you to do, come across to the other side, put on a red spring, heavier spring, and then you're gonna lower all the way down. Your shoulders are gonna be straight over your 2 hip bones, and then you're either gonna place your head on the ball or the yoga block, or bring your arm through, and then you stack your knees, your ankles. Think of lengthening those ribs apart, shoulders down and back. Parallel, the middle of the kneecap is over your second toe. Avoid letting your knee point down, and land toe ball heel. So you're gonna land toe ball heel. You can relax your top hand on the shoulder block in front for support. 7, we're gonna do 3 sets of 10. Land toe ball heel. Two more sets. Lift front of quad off knee, make the thigh actively work. One more set of 10. Squeeze side of hip, glute, feel glute max, feel front quad. Toe ball heel. And 6. And 5. And 4. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And gently come in. And just relax that leg for a second. And then I'm going to have you come up and just do 2 things. Actually, we're going to do this one, turnout position. And we're on red. Yes, we're on our red. We're going to stay in our turned out position, but the hips stay straight. Avoid letting your top hip fall back when you do turnout position. The hips have to stay stabilized. Your pelvis stays stable. You rotate that femur bone, thigh bone externally into the hip socket, and you keep that middle of the knee joint over the second toe. Ready? And then do your turnout jumps. 8, we'll do 3 sets of 10. 7, land toe ball heel. And then 6, land toe ball heel. Hips are squared. Started to cough. 2 more sets of 10. 9, 8, 1 more set of 10. 9, 8 more, 7, really lift the front of the thigh off the knee, 6, 5, shoulder blades anchored down back, relax tops of shoulders, 4, 3 more, land toe ball heel, 2 more, and last one, awesome. And then gently come in, relax that leg for a sec, because we're gonna do our side kick. So remember the hip abduction. Remember the middle of the knee is over the second toe, and when you kick, you just lift and lower, lift and lower. And then just do a small kick to make sure you land properly and you don't miss the board or anything. So you would just do like a little kick like that, land toe ball heel, just like that, tighten the core to your back. And then when you have it, you could kick higher only if it feels right. And 6, we'll do 2 sets of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, let's do another set. 10, 9, hips are stable. Toe ball heel. 8, hips are stable. 4 more. 3 more, and 2 more. Last one, come on in, and then you just take this leg, reach it towards the floor so you get this whole side to release. That'll feel really good. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And gently, you're gonna come all the way up now. And then you're gonna crisscross. Switch, if you remember which side was on top, go ahead and switch it over. I'm going to try this one. Come close to your shoulder rest side. That way it doesn't feel too heavy. We're going to keep it on the red. Take your hand into the loop. Bring the other hand in front. Your hips are squared straight ahead. Your shoulders are right over those hips. And we're going to turn from the middle part of our back between our 2 shoulder blades. Do a deep exhalation, breathe in. I'm gonna slow it down. There, so it doesn't make that sound. Exhale, inhale. 8, resist, resist, resist. 7. I'm gonna put my other leather straps on because these are a little thinner in one spot. 6, 5, use your core, use your core. 4, 3, keep rising up, stretch that spine tall. 2 more, and last one. Now as you come in, keep this shoulder down away from here. Think of working underneath here. We make sure that as the arm lifts, this doesn't hike up or rotate forward. Keep it down and back. And then you're just gonna anchor the shoulder blade down your back. We'll do 8 with a little lateral flexion. You could grab the edge here if you like. 7, tighten core in. 6, feel this whole side lengthen. 5, reach and stretch. And 4, open up the whole side line. 3, and exhale. 2 more times and exhale. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Exhale, wonderful. I want you to go to a blue spring. All right, so we're gonna go to a blue. And then we're going to draw the sword. Take this hand, reach in front. You could either have thumb up like that, or you could have pinky finger up, modify, and you just keep shoulder, elbow, wrist, everything is in the same plane. And you would keep isolating under that left shoulder blade. Whatever side you're facing, go under that shoulder blade, and then you could also pull all the way across like that. Go slow and way back in, control. Keep stretching like your top of your head's going that way, stretching to the sky. Collarbones wide. 4, 3 more, and 2 more. Last one. Slowly come on in. come onto your hands and your knees, quadruped position. And again, if it hurts your wrist, always slide your knees back, because if you ever do anything like here and you pull on the strap, that's a good way to go head down into there. Your center of gravity is going to be better for this one when you slide back. You could either have palm flat, fingers wide to protect your wrist more, a little more advanced, be up high. Draw your elbow to your ribs. Upper arm bone is really glued into the side of your body. Now extend from your elbow to the wrist, straight line back. Exhale, there's 9. Use your core, keep zipping up. 8. So that whole upper arm's glued into the side of your body. 7, and then 6, and 5. 4 more, shoulder blades reach down your back. 3. 2 more. And then 1 more. Inhale, exhale. We're going to hang up our strap, and then we're going to go to our other leg. Walk your foot next to your shoulder rest. Now walk your foot directly down on top. If you have 2 sets of loops, long and short, place your foot in the long loop. If you just have 1 set, use your 1 loop. So you're going to keep your hip bones squared facing your carriage mat. Make sure that when you lower your foot to the edge of the wood frame, you really get into your glutes and you feel the connection go down the back chain through the glute, through the hamstring, the calf, into the foot, so you don't lose your strap. Now, you scoop in, you zip up, your hips are squared, and you're gonna reach on to the edge there. So it's gonna go towards the floor and then back on a slight little diagonal towards the edge of the jump board. Feel those obliques wrap. When you have risers, I don't have risers on this particular machine, so it kind of hits the edge. And 7, 6 more. You're gonna feel those obliques big time. And 5, control coming in. 4, you don't wanna just drop your leg down. Use that side hip and glute. 3, feel those obliques wring out the wet towel. 2, stretch out of your center. And last one, control home. Walk that foot in, release foot from strap, hang it up. And remember, if it hurts your wrist, go down foot all the way, fingers wide. Take your left foot, walk it in, or whichever side you haven't done. Make sure you're in your glute, mind, body, turn it on. Your pelvis, your hips are squared, facing straight down to the carriage mat. You might have to go a little side step, so your hips are squared, so you're aligned. Your hips shouldn't be rotated or anything. Now, lift your heart slightly. Chest is open. You inhale, and it's as if you're going to reach to the back edge of the board. Inhale, exhale, kick. Resist in. Exhale, squeeze that glute. Tighten the core of your spine. Exhale for 8. Control the descent. And 7, really reach out of your center. 6, scoop into your center. And 5, inhale. Exhale, feel those obliques. Sides of waist. 4. 3 more. 2 more times. Breathe in, breathe out. And last one. Scoop into your center. Control. Bend that leg, bring it in. Release foot from strap. Awesome. Now we're gonna flip around. I'm gonna have you stretch those muscles. So what I want you to do, you're gonna, like you would do pigeon in yoga. It's more advanced if the knee and the ankle are in a straight line parallel, and I don't want anyone to hurt their knee. So you're gonna pull the ankle a little snug closer to your body rather than being way out. Now see if it's okay. You're gonna square your pelvis straight in front to your jump board. You're either gonna modify by taking this leg back and then just stretching this way like that. Lift your heart, come up, exhale, press back. Now, modified, your shoulders and hips are squared, and you're just lengthening head away from tailbone, your sits bones reach behind you. Now, if you wanna go deeper and stretch your quad, because we were jumping, we're gonna extend this leg through the headrest, and just like we would do in our pigeon or swan, you align the knee and the ankle, you extend that leg over the headrest. Now, avoid compressing low back, think of elongating, and just really stretch, flex your front heel, armpits press from all the way down to the palms, and just lengthen a couple of these. It's gonna feel really nice on your hip. It opens this side up and it gets that lateral hip and glute into the piriformis. And let's just do 2 more. Head away from tailbone, scoop your core in tight. 1 more time. You inhale and you exhale. Woo, it feels so good. All right, put your weight into the glute where your knee is bent and softly swing this leg around. And once again, bend this leg in, flex the foot. It's okay if the ankle comes in a little closer than the knee. It's probably gonna be way more comfortable on your knee that way. And then you're gonna take this leg back. Now root down into your sits bones. So your shoulders face your jump board. Your hip bones face your jump board. You elevate up and just lengthen your spine. Bling, bring, bling. Do I have anything shining on today? No, no bling. Okay, bring. I keep splicing my words yesterday and today, so just ignore me when I do that. It happens. When you talk a lot, it happens. You try to talk and then it gets all like blah, but it's okay. You know what I mean. Elevate your heart and stretch forward. Let's do a couple like this. Inhale, feel that nice stretch through the spine. Exhale. Feel that low back release, the side of your hip, this other hip's rotating out. You would avoid rotating that knee backward, and you would avoid anytime your knee rotates back that way, it's gonna rotate the hip internally. So with a hip replacement, you wouldn't do that. You don't wanna be rotating your kneecap back for safety. All right, last one. And now we're gonna deepen it like we did on the other side. If you're feeling like it's okay on your body, you're gonna extend this leg across the headrest, re-square your hips. So this hip pulls back, this hip pulls forward. You elevate your heart, and you're making sure you don't compress the spine. Really elongate the front of this hip so as lengthens, and then you just gently press and elongate forward, tighten core into your spine, elevate back up. Do a few like these, get that deep stretch in the front of your hip and thigh, elevate your heart, lengthen. Inhale, exhale, 3, stretch, feels so good. And 2 more, breathing in, breathing out. You're still on your blue spring, your light spring. And 1 more time, deep inhale. And exhale, slowly bring the carriage home. You're gonna bring your weight into this left gluteal, slide your weight into that left gluteal. Now you're gonna swing this leg around. Now what I want you to do next, we are going to put on a red spring. And then after you do red, 1 red, we're gonna take off blue. We're gonna do presses out, because a lot of times when I see someone do this, they use momentum. They don't use their muscles. And you gotta turn them on. In order to turn them on, you have to feel them. In order to feel them, you need to go slowly. Okay, so let's come back into this position again. And again, your knees are not gonna be way up here. You wanna be able to reach that board. Now, you don't want your foot being way up here, because if you jump and you've missed the board, imagine that you'd land on that knee. So we have to be careful where our foot placement is. So it's good to take your time and set up. Your hips are squared. You squeeze this glute, you scoop abdominals in. Now this leg is gonna be behind you, glute, your heel at the height of your glute, and you're gonna control, and my heel's lifting up, and that's fine. I don't force anything. It goes down when I push out, and when I'm all the way in, it lifts a little bit, so it's okay. You're pushing the leg out, and I want you to do it with control. So you want to feel how the muscles have to engage Feel a connection through the back of the thigh, down the chain. Scoop core into spine. Sometimes I see this, like this leg starts to push out with someone, but I don't want, keep this leg, the hip and the knee in alignment, and the one that moves is this one. So just make that connection. 2 more. Core is engaged. Last one. Because you're making sure you can do it without knee locking. Okay. Now, just because I haven't done this with you yet before, I want you to do lighter spring, tighten into center, and you're going to do gentle, slow jumps, not too wild, not too high. And it's harder when your arms, hands are here, and I don't want anyone to lose their balance and go down. So for this jump for today, just bring your palms down and flatten the palms. Bring your fingers wide so you have a broader base of support for your balance. And it's also important that your 2 hip bones are level and they're squared and they're in alignment, because if you twist, you could also lose your balance. So your hips are straight and level all the way across. And then just like you did before, you know where that board is. Do a couple reaches, test, shoulder blades down your back, core is strong. And then what you do, you just know where that board is, and squeeze your glute. So you squeeze your glute. I don't want you to kick your leg up higher than the board or anything today. I just want you to know where your footing is, know where that board is. And that knee just points directly down under the hip socket. Exhale. Toe ball heel. That heel is going to be up when you land a little. And 7, we'll do 2 sets of 10. And 6, tighten core to spine. And 5, work your glutes. And 4. And 3, working your whole body. Actually, 2, when we do all this kind of work. 1 more set of 10. So just having you get the basics. 9, 8, tighten core and zip up. 7, and 6, and 5. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Land safe. Now we're going to switch sides. Your hips are still squared. Before we jump, take 2 knee steps forward or 1. So you're closer to your headrest. Stretch those arms back. Now think hip hinge, flat back over. And just do a little stretch, because just holding yourself up like that can be a lot. Inhale to the center of your spine. Exhale, gently release. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, gently release. Slowly take hands under the shoulders. Now slowly rise up. Elevate head away from heart. All right, keep the fingers wide. Palms on mat. Walk your knees back closer to the springs. Do your feet touch the board? Okay, scoop in. Make sure your 2 hips are straight and level all the way across. You're going to look behind you, align the foot so you're in line with your glute, and you're not going to go any higher. That heel might be lifted when you come all the way back in. You're pressing out. Do a few like this. Make sure you feel even and straight. And then when you're ready, you take a deep exhale, land, toe ball heel. And you just have to get your foot placement yet. You never want to miss that board. 8, squeeze your glutes, core is strong. 7, scoop in, zip up, your shoulders are away from the ears. 6, 5, feel the back chain, feel those glutes working. See if you could keep that leg long. Work the glute, feel the back of the thigh. Work your muscles. 3, we're going to do another set of 10. 2 more. Exhale. Let's do 10. Toe ball heel. 9, squeeze your glute. Tailbone long. 8, spine in neutral. 7, and 6, and 5. Reach and stretch. One more, feel that glute. 3. Feel the back of your thigh. 2. And last one, awesome. Land gently. All right, gently come in. We're gonna put on a heavier spring now. Place on your heavy spring, a green one, and they're gonna take off the blue one. I'm gonna come across to this side just so you can see what I'm doing, a little easier. The outside leg where the wood frame is, step to the outside of the wood frame, step closer to the front. Now bring your other knee and ankle straight. So your knee is in line with the ankle. It hurts if your toe is flat like that. It's gonna hurt the toes. Try to have enough flexion through the ball of your foot. If you don't quite have enough, maybe you would choke up and go up higher like that just to get your foot to press against something so it doesn't go right on the tips of your toes and hurt. Now we're gonna get into our quad. So think tailbone long so we don't hyperextend our spine. Now think hip bones roll forward. Now you already are placed on a stretch, so you get the front of that hip and thigh to stretch out. And then you just lightly hold the board and lift and lift. Maybe take your outside arm. Inhale, exhale, lift and lengthen. Feel how good it feels to get this whole area to stretch. Good. 4. Core scoops to spine. 3. And 2. Now, we're gonna take our outside hand to the wood frame. Your toes lift off the mat. Now come into this split. So we extend this leg without knee locking. And just press apart. Come back in, elevate, press apart. Get those hamstrings. The toes can come down to the mat, press apart, tighten the core in. 3, inhale, exhale. Going into your split. 2. And last one, awesome. Come all the way home. And we're just gonna come across to the other side. Time check, because I could teach forever. Is it 30? I have to see something. Like I said, I could teach forever. 57 minutes? What? That's why I gotta stop, because I can do 2 hours and I wouldn't even know it. Okay, here we go. Your foot is on the outside of the wood frame, and this other, make sure you're not on the tippy toes because that'll hurt. You can lift up a little. The knee and the ankle are in a straight line. Now here's the important part where you don't overdo the low back area. You have to let your hip bones roll forward as you lengthen the tailbone. You're gonna have support in the low back, and it puts you on a nice deep stretch on the front of this hip flexor. And then you just lightly hold the board and you keep the elongation in your spine. You press your heel into the ground and then you open the carriage, and it just feels really good. You have that oppositional lengthening as this leg pushes into the ground, this other leg's pushing into your shoulder rest. Your hips are squared straight in front of you. There's no death grip holding on. You're just nice and light just for balance. Feel how beautiful that is to stretch your hip and your thigh. 2, and then we're going to extend the leg we're standing on to go into that hamstring. And last one, you're going to take your outside hand. I forgot to do this. Do a couple like that, where you just stretch. The more you lift up, the deeper it pulls those ribs and hips apart. Do a couple like that. Feels so good. Keep your hips squared, tailbone long, scoop the core. Now when you're ready, reach outside hand to the wood frame. And on this side, I'll show you. I'm letting my toes peel up off the ground, but my heel is always staying on the ground. And then I extend that leg, hips are squared, and just keep that low back supported, protected. Use your core, tailbone long. Going into your split, stretch and reach, good job. 3, extend, lengthen, and 2, breathe in, breathe out. And last one, inhale, exhale. and gently come home. Excellent. So next, I'm going to have you sit. Go from green spring to a red one. And if your knees do not like twisting back, show you 3 options. Keep feet on ground. Second option, foot closest to jump board folds in, foot stays on ground, that's fine. Third option, twist this knee back. Remember that's internally rotating in here as that knee goes this way. So what I want you to think about, like you wouldn't do that with a hip replacement. I wouldn't do that with knee surgery because the knee will get iffy later on. So if you had knee surgery, do it like that. Now, roll your shoulders down away from ears. Press into your palm. We're just going to go 5, opening, lengthening, coming in. 4. Oh, it feels so good. Your sits bones stay down. 3. Feels so good. 2 more. And just do 5 the other way. Grab your shoulder rest. Elevate up and then over. So you elevate, that's your decompression. And then you go over, feels so good. 3, and breathe, and come back, and 2. It's funny, sometimes I get slight asthma attacks here in Florida, like when I finish running. And the 7 years I lived in Cali, in California, I never had an asthma attack because it's dry. I think it has something to do with the humidity here in the air, because sometimes I feel like I'm going to get exercise-induced asthma when I'm here. Okay, so interesting. We're going to flip around. Remember, you have 3 different options. Your feet are on the ground. That's easiest and safest. Second option, bring the leg towards you, foot on ground. Third option, twist this one back. If you do this option, your knee and your hip need to be able to handle it. Your sits bones are under you. You're rising up, shoulders are down. You bring your palm, you elevate, you decompress for 5. Enjoy the stretch. 4. Inhale, exhale, breathe. And 3. This shoulder stays down. They both do actually. 2 more. And inhale, exhale, reach. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Now grab your shoulder rest, pull on it, elevate, and go up and over. And just feel how nice it is to get these lower ribs up and over. 3 more, you're gonna go up and over. And 2, up and over. Oh, it feels so good. Last one, up and over. Wonderful. Gently come up. All right. Now I'm just going to have you bring your feet to the ground. And I want you to do 3 shoulder rolls back. 2, release any tension. 1, and then go the opposite direction. 3, relax, release those shoulders. 2, last one. Now, the front of the rib cage comes in to greet the back of the ribs. You're in your neutral spine. Now you open the arms, you lift your heart, tiny mini baby back extension right in between those 2 shoulder blades. You elevate. Maybe you'll press your shoulder blades apart, stretch that mid back, and then you inhale. And then you exhale, stretch in between your shoulder blades. 3 more. And 2, stretch your spine. And last one. Awesome. Now we're just going to reach our arms to the sky and bring our hands to our heart center. Yes, 1 more. Relax. Feel the openness across your shoulders and your chest. And then you just exhale, feeling grounded, calm, peaceful, centered. Because you did your Pilates, you got your Pilates fix and your cardio fix all in one session. How wonderful is that? And your sculpting. So it's a great class because you're doing strength training, you're doing flexibility training, you're doing your cardiovascular training. And it's good because it's calming. Your mind just focuses. As you know, doing Pilates, You're focused here, now, in the moment, because you have to on this equipment. And then you just feel centered. It's such a wonderful apparatus to work with, such a wonderful discipline, Pilates. So I'm grateful, I'm thankful. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that notification bell so you know when I do more. And please hit share, like, or subscribe if you like my content. I'd appreciate it greatly. All right, everyone, see you again soon. I'll keep posting different modalities and then just let you know by the title what I'm doing. Thank you for watching. Bye. See you soon. Bye. If you have any questions, just put them on under the video and I'll answer. Okay, bye.